There's a strange kind of person we've all met at least once. The one who knows everything, about everything, even the stuff they clearly know nothing about. They're loud, they're certain, and they're usually wrong. And here's the weird part. The less they actually know, the more sure they somehow seem to feel. There's a real name for this, and believe it or not, it's actual science. It's called the Dunning-Kruger Effect. The story starts back in 1999 at Cornell University. Two psychologists, David Dunning and Justin Kruger, had a simple, kind of funny question they wanted to answer. Do people who are bad at something even realize that they're bad at it? So they ran a test: logic, grammar, and humor. Then they asked each person one question. How well do you think you just did? And here's the punchline. The people who scored the absolute worst were the most convinced they'd done great. Students in the bottom 12% guessed they were up in the top 40, and they weren't lying. They genuinely, honestly believed it. It's like failing a test and strutting out sure you aced it. The worse they did, the bigger the gap between reality and how they saw themselves. And it wasn't a fluke. They proved it across 4 separate studies. But why does this actually happen? Here's the cruel little twist. The exact skill you need to be good at something is the same skill you need to know that you're good at it. So if you're bad at it, you're also bad at seeing that you're bad. You don't know enough to know what you don't know. Think of it like trying to spot your own typo. Your brain reads what it meant to write, not the mess that's actually on the page. To measure a mountain, you have to be able to see the top, and beginners can't even see it yet. And once you understand this, you start seeing it absolutely everywhere. The guy who watched one video and now argues with real doctors. The friend who could totally fly a plane. The uncle who fixes the Wi-Fi by yelling at it. The new hire correcting the boss on day 1. The tourist who's fluent after one app. The cook who's basically a chef after one recipe. The investor who can't lose after one lucky week. The gamer who'd obviously go pro. Confidence, 100%. Knowledge, still loading. And honestly, we've all been at least one of these. Yes, even you, especially about that one thing. Here's a tiny example everyone knows. You start a new hobby. Week 1, you feel amazing. I'm a natural. Then, week 3, you meet someone actually good. And suddenly you realize how little you knew. That drop, that's the moment learning actually begins. But here's the part that flips the whole thing around. Because the effect works in reverse, too. The people who are genuinely skilled often think it's no big deal. If I can do it, surely anyone can. The best doctors say, let me double check. The best experts say, it's complicated. The real masters say, I'm still learning. So the experts quietly doubt themselves, while the beginners feel completely unstoppable. There's even a name for this flip side: impostor syndrome. In fact, about 70% of people feel it at some point. Nobel winners, famous authors, top surgeons, all quietly sure they'll be found out. Where the capable feel like frauds and the clueless feel like kings. It might be the greatest irony of the human mind. The more you truly learn, the more you realize just how little you actually know. Now, one honest thing, because it matters. Scientists actually still argue about this effect. Some say part of it is just a statistics trick, that the famous graph is a little misleading. And you know what? They might be partly right. But the core idea still rings true. We are all a little overconfident about the things we understand the least. And yes, before you think about your annoying coworker, this includes you and me. Everyone has that one topic where they're secretly the loud, wrong guy. But the goal was never to stop being wrong. It's to stay just a little bit unsure, to ask instead of assume. The loudest voice in the room isn't always the right one. Sometimes it's just the one least aware of the fog it's standing in. So maybe the smartest thing a person can say is just 3 simple words. I don't know. It sounds weak. It's actually incredibly rare. And one scientist said it best, over a century before that Cornell study. Ignorance more frequently begets confidence than does knowledge. Charles Darwin. Because the people who know the most are usually the ones still asking the most questions. So here's the thought I'll leave you with. The next time you feel absolutely 100% certain about something, just quietly ask yourself, what if this time I'm the loud, wrong guy? Think about it.